Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Have so many friends.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready! 60 Pittsburgh.
Now it's counter. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Stand up in. Watch twist.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
Stand up in.
He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Topper!
They're going to look to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because You're so amped up, and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Curtis Samuel, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
4 down. 87's getting the ball. 87's getting the ball.
2nd and 3. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
On first down, it's Connor. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Toss play, Connor. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Hurry. 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Matchbox lights. Get it.
They'll try and throw for it here. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yes, yes.
Even. 4 down. Even.
They'll set up to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Chris Jones on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to want, and that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Greg Gary.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Greg Gary.
On 2nd and 9. Newton to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here we go on 4th. Newton. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle.
18 Raiders.
Second and 10.
He's done.
32-yard line.
Far down.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. They got to get to the 23 here on third. They'll set up a throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This will be caught at about the 6. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 6 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Check. Lucky. Deuce. Big dash.
They'll look to throw. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Second and 14. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Go. Let's go. Let's go. Get set.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. It fights him off. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8.
13, spill.
Hey. 4 down.
Hey.
Motion. Reset.
Hey, zoom.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Second and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Check. 52's the money. They gonna need some therapy.
Now back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 45 yards. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here we go.
2nd and 15. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. He'll drop to throw, escaping the pressure right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Second and 5. Buying time was touchdown, Minnesota.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 17-yard line.
Come on, set. Blue down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Now!
Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On first down, Samuel. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Ready! 18 Gators.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
For the field goal, a 50-yard attempt.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Well, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Does the big boy have the juice? And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Counter on 1st down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Set. 60 outlaw.
Double tight.
Hey. 4 down.
On 3rd down, it's Connor, and he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Here we go. 30 base.
Double tight. Odd. 5 down.
Yep.
Stand up in.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And Lobo.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Hey.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
Smoke. Ready.
Back to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run on 1st down. Samuel. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll look to throw here, eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They come out here in the I. 2 runs, 2 1-yard losses. This is 3rd and goal from the 3. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Back at the 6-yard line.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Great.
They snap it to Newton. And it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Yes, yes.
2nd and 6. And he's got his man on the out route. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Go. Get it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check 52. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Blue draw Corkers. Now.
2nd and 1. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
We got 4.
They'll set up a throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So instead of 4th down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down, 4 down.
Hey! Let's go.
Looking to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble.
And
big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Down. 8, read. Now.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Even. 4 down. Even.
They'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And now look at him go. Pass across the 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Keep doing it. Touchdown, baby.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 21. Harvin the intended target. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Hey.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Tight is right.
Go.
Check.
Ready.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Connor. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, a run with Connor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. This is Connor. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down, 4 down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guy